There's Luz, Ida, King,
King!
Willow,
I hate
Easy
you.
Plant, guys,
Magic.
Amity.
Oh,
Boo.
I just saw that. Did you
Feathers.
see, oh, the little tiny guy with the orange hair. I love him. He's funny.
Yeah, Dana actually plays that character, you know.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. Do, 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 do. Yay!
Yay! All right, let me pick a frame to stop on. So, hello everybody. So we are here, Bloodmoon Bobby and Gabby here, checking out the long-awaited new intro, season 2 of the Owl House. I've just been basically hiding in a sort of military bunker after the first season ended, while everybody was all like hating Lilith and things and thinking of all these questions of what's gonna happen next.
Oh my gosh. Meanwhile, I was just here running the hype train. Not really angry about anything because I don't know. I had nothing to be angry about. But
Yeah.
excited because there's more. And
Mhm.
we're gonna have a season 3. I already
Yeah.
greenlit it. And I'm like, yes. All the Owl House, please. All the Owl House.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, the second season literally comes out 2 days after my birthday on June 12th. I mean, just like, and you know, it's funny enough, when I first heard, like, it was coming June 12th, I was kind of like, Dana Terrace, couldn't you let me celebrate my birthday a little bit more before the inevitable, I don't know, nuclear war is coming?
I'd have
But
been
instead,
like, oh my god, it's the most perfect birthday gift ever. That's
it's like,
just
I want to
me.
play my Ninja Gaiden and just go around slaughtering bad guys on my Nintendo Switch, and it's like,
Oh my
I gotta get my, like, metaphorical helicopter up much faster than usual.
It's like, chugga, 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 chugga.
Yeah, it's just like, and the wind's so crazy, it's like your hair is blowing in the wind isn't even open. Just,
Oh my.
pull the Robin Williams joke right there. And, you know, speaking of celebrities, part of me was thinking, we'll get to, like, you know, questions in a second, you know, part of me was thinking, this is just, like, me being a sort of, like, a fan of, like, you know, of 20th century music. You know, I was kind of thinking of, like, starting off this trailer reaction, like, do you know a show called American Bandstand, Gabby?
American Bandstand?
Yeah, it's, it's...
It sounds like I've heard the term.
Yeah,
I don't know I don't know if it's specifically the show or if that's just like taken from a musical genre, but I guess I'm kind of familiar with it.
Yeah, it's basically, you know, there was this, like, show from, like, the mid-20th century where, like, they would have, like, all these bands come on, and, you know, they were, like, you know, really famous ones, like Aha, Wham, Village People, all those, like, really cool bands.
Oh!
And, like, the way the host, like, do you know the host, Dick Clark, Gabby?
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah, and every time he would, like, introduce the show, he would be like, this band has sold millions of records, and this and that, at, you know, everybody, this is, and he would show, like, the vinyl cover of whatever band was coming on. So,
That
like,
sounds
I was...
fun.
Yeah, so I was, like, thinking, maybe I should have started off this trailer reaction saying something like, you know, so, like, you know, everybody starring Sarah Nicole Robles, Wendy Malick, Mae Whitman, and Alex Hirsch, this is the Owl House, and just, like,
yeah!
but since, you know, there's no vinyl cover, I have, like, the poster of, like, Amity
yeah.
and Luz, which... Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. We'll get back to
I love
Lumity.
that flag. I love that flag. Can we
Yes.
get a nice shot of that flag? I'm sorry, I really want to have that on camera.
Whoops. Oh boy, I'm already tripping up. Thanks for watching, everybody. So yeah, yeah. I think
love
I've
it. So
explained this
cute.
flag before. It's basically like, you know, took inspiration from the Dominican Republic flag because Luz is Dominican American, and basically, you know, using purple to represent Luz, green for Amity, the owl, you can guess, and if people watching, if you've seen season 1. You can guess what this pink object is on the top.
I'm drawing a blank, but That's me half of the time. So.
Oh, the Grom crowns? Like, remember the Grom crowns?
Oh my gosh! Yeah, the little. Okay. See, I got you. Yeah.
Okay. So you liking the intro, Gabby?
Yes. Okay. So I have something to admit. I did watch this beforehand, but I got to notice something this time that I had just completely missed first time watching it. And if you go to second 14, I just have that there right now, and looking at our little friend in the third kind of like window looking thing.
Kikimura?
Yes!
Yeah?
I did not notice how she was looking all funky like that.
Which, is it she still scared of Luz?
I don't know.
Yeah, I remember I saw a stream where they had like there was this like interview that had Amphibia creator Matt Raleigh and Dana Terrace, creator of Owl House, and she showed like a picture of not this frame. It was the one that comes after where we see. And this is like one of the big Easter eggs. It's like that's what Emperor Bellos looks like. And when I first saw that, I was like, he kind of reminds me of, I don't know why. I was like, is that Simon from Infinity Train? Like, I mean, it doesn't look like that per se, but it was just like, I don't know.
Hold on. Emperor Bellos, where are we looking at that? Where are we looking at that?
Again, when they switch over and you see Lilith and Bellos in the masks. You know, you could just see what he looks like. Like,
is that? I don't think that's Emperor Bellos. Is this that one soldier guy that everybody's been wondering what he looks like?
Do you think so?
Right? Yeah. The mask is different. I remember people started to go crazy with how he was gonna be like sexy elf boy.
Perhaps.
Yeah. Because that Emperor Bellos' mask has like the weird horn thingies.
Oh yes, you're right. Although it's kind of although if that's the case, it's you're right. No, that's not. Oh, sorry about that. No, that is not Emperor Bellos. Okay. Like this is what happens when like hype just like rushes to your head and just like screws with everything. It's like
your brain is half mush. At least that's my experience, and it doesn't help. And this happens to me when I'm starstruck too, which has happened at least once or twice. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm just like, so maybe we'll like know more about this character in like later on in the season. I'm still wondering if like we're gonna eventually find out what Emperor Bellos himself like looks like who's the guy underneath the yellow mask, if you will.
I'm still betting on him being human. I don't know how that'll work out, but I'm still betting on that. We'll see.
Yeah.
This guy, we can see the pointy ears on him. So, pointy ears here is like they're just witches or warlocks, right? Do they have warlocks or are they just all witches? I can't remember.
I do remember there was an episode with like a crazy wizard, but he was kind of like
that's like you don't trust them. Yeah.
It's like no, don't go near those kind of people. Yeah.
So this guy's just gonna be a witch. We'll just call him a witch because witch is cool. That's fine.
Yeah. So did you notice?
I'm just still curious to see how Kikimura is going to play out. She looks like she's hiding some strength there. It's going to be interesting seeing her in battle.
Yeah. You know what's funny is that, like, me and my sister Penny, we always, like, joke that, like, King is, like, the Eric Andre of the Boiling Isles and is always, like, pulling pranks on, like, Kikimura, and then Kikimura captures him and, like, takes him to the dungeon and, like, starves him for a few days and lets him go.
I could see that. I could see him using like the was it the squeal of what? The squeal of
Squeak of Rage.
Squeak of Rage.
Yeah. Which, to my knowledge, I think Dana Terrace also does the squeak. I mean, Alex Hirsch does his voice, but Dana, I think I heard don't quote me, but I think like I heard that like Dana does the squeak of rage.
Beautiful, beautiful. Just chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Heck
Yeah,
yes.
so did you notice any other Easter eggs on your second viewing?
That's the main thing I noticed. I'm looking at
Uh-huh.
the soldier guy too, with
Hmm.
the mask. Uh, can we just appreciate though how my girl, holy mac, I'm drawing a blank. 7 seconds. Just look at that. Compared to how she was portrayed at the beginning of the show, to come into this freaking thing.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm just all for it. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Can we just appreciate this for a moment and just be like,
Mm-hmm.
character
Yeah,
development.
Amity basically going from the humph kind of snobby person to now being Luce's friend, and
Oh no,
you
no,
know,
no! I'm
just
looking at second seven with God, I can't think of her name. Not Amity. Uh,
7. I'm looking at 7. Like I just see Amity.
really? This is okay. Can I show you what I see?
Yeah. Are we talking about?
Da-da-da-da!
Oh, Willow. Yeah, Willow.
Yes. Can we just
Yeah,
appreciate?
I am
can we
sorry. I am
appreciate-
tripping up. I am tripping up on this trailer. This
I am
intro.
just. Hey, I couldn't even think of her name. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just appreciating Willow's glow up so much. Like, oh my god, just.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess yeah. So now going in, it's so interesting how like looking back on season 1, I'm actually genuinely surprised how much they were able to like get through with season 1, but at the same time there's still a lot of really big $1 million questions, like down to what's Emperor Belos's plan. I guess should we go like sort of one at a time? I mean, I don't really know. I mean,
like
if we have like answers per se, but.
We have our bets. It's time to place our bets, people.
Mm-hmm. Place your bets.
Go,
yeah.
Go big or go home. What happens
Yeah.
in Vegas stays in Vegas. Wait, no, we live in California. What?
Yeah. What is this? It's like what happens on the boiling isle stays on the
It's
boiling
on the boiling isles.
Mm-hmm.
It's that one shady region where Ito was playing Hexus Hold'em. Was it?
That was a real thing. Why is it like I could almost imagine Ida in Vegas, and not in a good way.
Dude, wasn't there the thought that she and one of the Stans met each other at Vegas? Right? Like there's like a fan theory about that where Ida and Stan meet in Vegas and they like hook up and stuff. That she was like
my God.
Yeah.
Like why? Yeah. No, don't get me wrong. It's like that actually sounds kind of possible. Like I mean, I'm the same kind of person who is like maybe there'll be a Munian fighter jet on the boiling isle, so anything's possible, I guess.
Anything's possible. No, because if I remember people mentioning that there was a story that the Stan that went disappearing, because I just remember Stan. Watch me use the completely wrong name too right now, but you all know who I'm talking about. He talks about how he hooked up with a lady and somewhere, but people were imagining that it could have been in Las Vegas or something.
Uh-huh.
But I'm just like, I'm for that. Owl House, Gravity Falls crossover.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Alex Hirsch already does like King's voice, so who knows?
Hey! If I remember correctly, they're boos, right? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, because remember
sure.
he was talking about his girlfriend being the one in charge of DuckTales?
I didn't see that. I mean, they seem like like friendly, but
Yeah,
I'm not sure if they're like
yeah,
romantic or something
yeah.
like
Because the two couples I was aware of was Dana Terrace and Alex Hirsch, and Rebecca Sugar and Ian Jones Quartey. That's why Rebecca did the song for OKKO.
that. Hmm. I see.
And they're married now, and it makes me super happy. I'm sorry.
Wait,
Just
who
wanted
got
to
married?
Rebecca Sugar and Ian Jones Quartey.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
And also,
Yeah.
their relationship is what Ruby and Sapphire is based off of.
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I guess, like, now it's down to some really big questions, like, what's, Emperor Bells' plan? Why is he building a death portal? I don't think he's building that portal because he wants to come to Earth and try, like, all 18 flavors of classic. Why am I, referencing all these, like, stand-up comedians? I've just been having too much fun lately. But,
Oh, no,
questions.
trust me too. Also,
Mhm.
I can completely be making a fool out of myself with what I just talked about because we don't know what's going on with them, but, you know. Oh,
Yeah.
oh my
Okay.
God. But okay.
Yeah, so I guess other questions are like, who's been sending Luce's mom all those letters? Remember that in the Grom episode?
That's a good question. So, do we know anybody who has, like, because pretty much it's anybody who could really have trouble relating to, like, what the human experience is. At least, like, coming from the Boiling Isles, because everybody's just kind of like, they barely even understand what a human is.
Yeah.
So it's, wait, that does throw one person out. And I think that might possibly be Emperor Bellos, if we're going off the possibility that he may be human.
I see.
So there's a thing. So either he put one of his underlings to write those papers, or I could either be Ida or
Cause,
King. I don't know.
Cause I was
I
thinking
wonder.
maybe it's one of Emperor Bells' like underlings, or maybe even Kikimura as a way to like say, oh, everything's fine, no, it's all good,
I don't know if Kikimura would do such a poor job on that, though. She would probably be too embarrassed to use that writing.
Oh yeah, because I remember like all the letters they had like all those like mistakes and like all those like crossings out, right?
Yeah. So I don't know if it would be Kikimura, but
Mm-hmm. Or yeah, because now I'm thinking it's either somebody's trying to like tell Luce's mom, oh, everything's fine, or somebody is like maybe like genuine, like maybe like sort of wanting to keep Luce's mom in the loop because her relationship with Luce is kind of like shaky in the show.
that's a good question. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's not the first time I'm thinking that could be a possibility.
Also, the other thing is, oops, my keyboard here. Don't mind it. Do we know if there's a possibility that this could be coming from the camp itself that she was supposed to be in, so that they don't get in trouble or sued for anything?
I would think that like the camp would be like, hey, where is Luce, where's your daughter? She was supposed to be here, that sort of thing.
I don't know, because, I mean, we're talking about because usually when we talk about, like, summer camps and all of that, there's the big trope about them being very irresponsible. Like,
Hmm.
in television, obviously.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, like, I grew up, well, this is a really extreme example, but I grew up watching, like, Total Drama Island on Cartoon Network,
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
God, yeah.
Other we got, like, the horror movies, like Sleepaway Camp. Ooh.
Hmm.
Obviously,
Jeez,
that's also
like,
taking
maybe
it
in
too.
that case, it was good that, like, Luce came to the Boiling Isles, because she averted a Friday the 13th, like,
Oh my
situation.
god! Oh my gosh, that
Hmm.
sleep. I just shout out to Sleepaway Camp. Though that is a watch. That is quite a watch.
Yeah, I
Friday the
see.
13th too, though. Crystal Lake, Camp Crystal Lake. That's another good one too.
I see. So
Okay.
I guess another thing, a big question is, are we going to see a Titan in this season or down the road?
I
Or
hope so.
yeah,
I'm still kind of wondering if the Titans are like, because I'm still stuck on the whole thing with the Titan looking oddly kind of similar to King. Also
yeah,
with
I
the
remember that was like
name.
a theory because like
Yeah,
there's like a skeleton on the Boiling Isles, and the head kind of looks like that thing King wears.
yeah. Although we know for sure, I think they said King was supposed to be what, a skull cat, right? I heard that somewhere.
I would have to look back on that, but
I'd have to find out. I'd have to remember where I read that. I think it
mhm.
might have been in the Q&A that she had on Twitter. I don't know. If y'all know what I'm talking about, you can put the link down in the comments, or prove me completely wrong, and link to whatever you've heard. You know,
Yeah,
as
because I
far
would
as
like to
what.
hear that too.
Yeah,
Hmm.
because I remember it coming from this game. Because I looked into like what's a skull cat, and I saw that there was like this game where you can make characters and all that, and then one of them was like a skull cat species. I'm like, oh, cool, nice.
I see. I mean, yeah, that would
Hmm.
be cool. Yeah. And I guess like one for me I'm thinking is Lilith going to be especially like a big danger in like the subsequent seasons because she, betrayed Emperor Bellos?
I'm a bet on her kind of being on the blacklist after that. If Emperor Bells isn't out for her after that, I
Mhm.
don't know. I think something even worse would be happening because that wouldn't sound right if he didn't.
Mhm.
He
Yeah,
seems the
because
person who would hold that too much personally, to be like, oh no, I don't care.
mhm.
Like, he
Yeah,
seemed
because
the
like
kind.
what I'm thinking, yeah, because like it just kind of reminds me of like what happened in Avatar when, spoilers if people who haven't seen the show, when Zuko betrayed the Fire Nation and like he basically became like public enemy number one next to Aang, and what happens to him? He gets badly injured in Sozin's Comet when like Azula shoots the lightning in his like abdomen. So, I mean, I'm not saying if, like, that specific attack is, like, coming for Lilith, but, I could see her being, like, sort of, like, almost as big an enemy, or maybe even, like, at least on the same level as somebody like, Ida, or certainly Luce now,
For sure. And then there's the whole thing of that she shared the curse with with Ida now.
Hmm.
So her powers aren't fully up to par. Obviously, she probably could still do something, but
Yeah, I mean, she's probably, like, if I were to bet, she's probably gonna learn to do spells this in a similar way to Luce with the paper, just like, Ida started to learn at the end of the first season.
right, yeah.
Hmm.
Hey, that's right, because Lewis is like, hey, yeah, I could give you my, you know, did they give those a name or are they just symbols?
Um, I'm sure if there was a name, somebody in the comments is already like, with the keyboards,
Because
like, ah, you.
those bring to mind two different things. They bring to
Uh
mind runes, like Celtic runes, or
Right.
sigils.
Uh-huh.
Right? Like, and the cool thing about sigils is that they're in this circle, and they basically represent angelic names.
Uh-huh.
So there's that cool thing. I wonder if they'd be going off of that, or just kind of making their own thing that combines something of them. And I'd be like, hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Part of why I really enjoy that. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I get so curious as to like where all this stuff came from, because I'm like, I want to know what you were thinking when you made this.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, all I
Yeah.
can do is guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, unfortunately, we can't really do the thing like they did in the Understanding Willow episode where they go inside her mind. You can't do that with Dana Terrace's mind because I'm sure she would be really, really mad and she would send her cat ghost to come get us.
Her cat goes to go get us.
Yeah, her cat's
Oh,
name is literally Ghost.
oh, that's adorable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I'm just imagining a cute little fluffy cat.
my sister is also like, really into cats too. So,
Oh my gosh.
uh-huh. Okay. So now I guess here's the sort of $1 billion question
Ooh,
about
okay, what is it? Yay! Oh my
I
gosh,
guess
my
it's like the
favorite
thing.
subject.
Yeah,
Yes!
it's like, well, like I guess the big question is like, or one of a million big questions is, will, like, we see like Amity confess her feelings, and the other thing too, what I'm thinking is, we know her parents aren't exactly parent of the year material, so like, how would they feel if they found out that Amity's in love with a human
Ooh.
in
Oh
a
my
place that's
gosh.
about as like that
I'm
likes
gonna get
humans.
goosebumps.
Yeah, because
I'm
it's like
sorry.
this place, because like Boiling Isles, some of the people there like humans about as much as the people in Spirited Away like humans. So it's like,
Oh yeah. At least we're not in the position where that Chihiro was in, and that her parents were just eating the offerings.
yeah, or that the people could tell, if you're a human by like the smell. Like, remember all those people
Oh,
in
that's
Spirited Away where it's like,
true.
ugh, the
Yeah.
smell.
Ugh, smelly.
Yeah.
That
So
freaking. Now I'm just thinking of that freaking frog. You remember the frog?
yeah, that
Ah.
like Aku like sort of freezes in time.
Yeah, he's like he does something where it's like poop. He's like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, huh? Yeah, that sort of thing.
Oh, at least it's not that either. Because then there's a thing where it's like it's kind of hard to appeal to people when your parents just kind of like completely, offended them by eating their food.
Yeah.
And then you reek to them, like you give off a smell. It's like,
Hmm.
mm.
Yeah, that's
Although
not good.
the good thing also, in the sense of like the advantage that Luz has in this case though, is there's actually a small group of people who are actually fascinated by the human experience. You
Yeah, like
know,
Gus is
Gus
like
and his human admiring club, or
fascinating.
yeah, whatever that.
Yeah.
Oh, so we have that. So hopefully she may find more allies in that. And I mean, of course, she's got Amity, and I don't think Amity's gonna let anybody mess with her crush.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
don't think so. Not after she left one of her, like stop one of her ex pals from messing with one of Luce's friends.
Yeah, in the Grudgeby episode with
Exactly.
Basha. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You could tell.
and even in that case, we're sort of starting to see like that sort of like sort of, I guess you could say like animosity between like Basha and her friends and Luce and her friends. They're starting to sort of like warming of the ties.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I just never got a good vibe from Basha
yeah,
just
me
at
neither.
all. I mean, I think that's kind of the point, but still, it's like, eh.
Yeah.
But anyway,
But yeah, and especially because we're now starting to see like the peeling back of the layers of like Amity's true feelings. So yeah, because cause we know in the first season like Amity could be really cold, but she could now probably use that like toughness more so to like take on some blowback from whoever may like disapprove of like her friends or relationship with Luce and that kind of thing.
right, right, and I think even more than that, she's found like I guess how you put it in the sense of that she's used it to her advantage, because before it was kind of as a defense mechanism to one, not get close to the quote unquote wrong people,
Yeah.
and not get in trouble with her parents. But now she's like, oh wait, I could use this and justify being with the people I actually want to be, and I could do something for those people who I want to be with, and protect them. And it's like, yes. I
Hmm.
wonder if that's going to come up, if or when we kind of get to explore Amity's relationship with her parents a little more.
Yeah.
You know, like either they just kind of call her out and shut her down, or she kind of sticks it to them. That would be
Mm-hmm.
interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that would be really awesome if it did go there. I mean, but yeah, but I think what is clear to me is, we'll get to see, like more of their like, with like, her relationship with Luce develop. I found that kind of interesting. People are like, why is Luce so oblivious to like, Amity's like feelings? Like, do you notice that? Like some people are like why is Luce so oblivious? And Dana Terrace was like, well, she's got a lot on her mind, right now. So it's like, are we gonna see, might even see what does, Luce, like, is Luce, like, sort of hiding, like, any, like, deeper feelings and that sort of thing?
Because here's the other thing too. I mean, there's that. There's a good point, and especially if Dana herself points that out.
Mm-hmm.
What time is it, by the way? Just go. Oh, okay, good. Um, the point that she's got a lot of in her mind, and I mean, obviously, yes, we see she doesn't shy away from the idea of crushes, but also it seems a lot more like she's oblivious because of how open she's been about her crushes. Like, we can read it all over her face.
Hmm. I mean, because I know that, like, she's into, like, shipping and that kind of thing.
Oh, no, but we see her gush over Amity's sister and that one puppet guy. And plus the whole thing about shipping and self-insert shipping, mind you.
Hmm.
So she doesn't shy away from like her emotions or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm betting more on obliviousness, partially because along with that, there's not really a lot of reason for her to think that somebody like Amity would be interested in her that way, because you got to remember, this was practically her bully turned her friend. She's still kind of surprised they're even friends.
Mm-hmm.
At least I would imagine,
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, wait, what? You mean what? You liked me? What?
Or maybe I'm just like spewing like sort of like, fan like theory stuff, or maybe it'll be like a Hey Arnold situation where like Arnold kind of knows, like, you remember the wedding episode where they both have like their dreams, and in Arnold's dream Helga's like, oh, you saw through my like, really like hard exterior and saw the softer person inside, and like, that sort of thing. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna have like a dream sequence.
Because I remember the episode.
Yeah, it was toward the end of the episode, like when like Helga is like, yeah, you basically like got me, like, saw the, my inner like person within me.
Oh.
Yeah. So
that's the
like,
other thing I might
Because like, maybe it isn't going to be, like, a Star-like situation where, like, Marco had, like, feelings all along, but was just, like, not ready to, like, express them, if you will.
Or even, like, act upon them in any way. Like, he was like, wait, what? Relationships? What?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I still remember that episode when, like, King River was like, oh, Star, you're gonna have to have your boyfriend Marco take care of you. And Marco was like, I'm not her boyfriend. Like, just blurts that out. Yeah.
The other thing too is that I could also see if Luce is aware of Amity's emotions or has emotions for her too.
Mm-hmm.
She would probably just play it cool in the sense of wanting to set healthy boundaries and be like, oh, well, I didn't want to make any trouble. That's all.
Yeah. Is it like the thing where it's like, we need, like, our, like, space? We can't just, stick together, like, 24/365?
I'd say more in the sense of, you can kind of tell that Amity has, like, a really tight comfort zone.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
And when you see somebody having a really tight comfort zone, you're kind of like, oh, okay, you know what? I don't want to rock the boat, so we're not going to go there.
Yeah.
Kind of deal. That's what I would imagine. I don't know. So I could see that happening too.
So
I'm just curious if I know what it is. Oh, I want to know what's gonna happen in season 2 already. I want to be able to watch it. I'm gonna be
You know
honest.
what's funny
I'm super hyped.
Yeah, it's like, I don't like to, like, brag about, like, the interviews we've had, but, like, I remember when Star was on, like, I, asked, Darren Nefsey, the creator, what's your favorite ship? And she was like, oh, I can't tell you, you're being tricky. And, like, I'm thinking, what if we ever meet Dana Terra, Esme Whitman, or Sarah Nicole Robles in real life, what if we try asking them, what's your favorite ship?
Oh, that's like asking who your favorite child is. I don't know if that's fair. And I think she's pointing that out.
Well, yeah, that's a good point. But okay, so lots of questions.
I mean, you could probably poke fun at it, but whether we'd get an answer or not, I don't know. That's a good question.
I mean, I'm down for anything. It's just, kind of like a fun question to ask. It's not like a thing where it's like, I want answers and I want them now. Like that kind of thing. Like I'm some kind of like cranky math teacher, or it's like, no, it's like, you better tell me who did this and you better tell me right now or you're not going to recess.
Or like the obsessive fan just comes like, you need to tell me, I'm going to explode if I don't know.
Honestly, as I get older, I kind of have like a sort of like greater intolerance to like, that kind of fanaticism, but yeah.
Oh, no, see, I've had a tolerance for it to begin with, just because that's been me. I've always been extra. I've not always been allowed to be extra with TV shows because little kid, my parents would be like, no, don't get too involved in that because then you're going to be stuck at the TV all day and then you're not going to do anything. I'm just like, oh, okay. But, once it's like, this is my thing, I have my space to do it and all that, I'm just like, oh, this is my life. I'm just going to completely absorb this. But at the same time, I kind of try to pick up that whole vibe of like, you know what, these are people too. Don't try not to like, I mean, I guess freak out is the wrong word, but I mean, I have the feeling like a person in the position of being like a creator of something that becomes really popular, it's really easy to become intimidated by other people's emotions, especially when those emotions are directed to your creation. So it's like, okay, like, I know you love this. I appreciate it. I got a million other people to meet, please. Give me some space to have some mental energy left for the next person. Yeah,
I see what you mean.
Oh, and I don't know. It's like, I think I've gone over this before, but I've seen that go really, really wrong sometimes. Thankfully, not in my position, I don't think, I hope. If anybody could say otherwise, I apologize.
Yeah, I mean, because, like, I know, like, I've had my times where, like, my parents would be like, why are you acting like this? And, these days I try to, like, sort of, like, back up and play it cool. I think it sort of reminds me of that one time when, like, the Nintendo Wii was coming out and there were all these news reports of, like, people not using the wrist strap. And I was, like, so scared I was not going to get a Wii. And in Toys R Us, I was like, curse you, Nintendo! God, I'm cringing just thinking of that.
Oh no, like, but I mean, if you're in the right space to do it, like, by all means. I mean, you've seen me. I was rolling on the freaking ground, squealing over Patrick's stump coming up on the freaking screen, just because I just love this guy's work. But I mean, obviously, it's way different doing that than to being like, putting those emotions onto the person themselves when you're right there with them. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
I don't know you.
Yeah,
I
because
think you're
I know,
cool, but
yeah,
I
because
don't
yeah, I
know you.
mean, I know that feeling, because like every time, like I go, each of the times like I've met Darren FC, I always get that like feeling in my heart, like it's weird, even though yeah, she knows we are. It's like I still get that sort of starstruck like kind of feeling. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just, but in my head, I'm just like, hey, don't start freaking out that, Darren is here. Don't start freaking out, that Darren is here.
Yeah. I just try to remind myself to take a deep breath, just be like,
Hmm.
ah. I mean, it doesn't completely get rid of everything, but at least I can manage to say something, even if that thing is like completely off. But
Yeah, I see. So, but
um,
yeah, so okay, so we got a lot of questions for season 2, potentially even season 3, because like it may not even be a case where they're gonna like answer everything because have to save some stuff for season
oh,
3,
for
and there's probably
sure.
gonna be even more like questions that like we don't know yet until like those like big like episodes like come out.
I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah, like what you're saying. There are some questions that haven't even been presented yet, and we can
Hmm.
already sense them in the air.
Yeah.
They're just they're there. We can feel the tension. It
Hmm.
feels like you can grab. It's like in those cartoons where they say, "Oh, you can cut it with a knife," and then they get the knife and they cut it,
Yeah,
and
you
then they
could
make
cut
a
it with a
donut out of
sword, use a
it.
sword. Yeah. But
Oh,
yeah, because like after all, it took like 4 seasons for Star and Marco to finally admit their feelings and become a couple. It didn't just like
oh right.
a I mean, I know in season 2 of Star was like, I do have a crush on you, but she runs back to Mewtwo and it's like, oh no, they may not see each other again. Spoiler alert, they do.
Yeah. Uh,
Man,
but
like,
I mean,
oh my God, like, I wouldn't be surprised if my parents are gonna be like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? Because, like, I know that, like, whenever I do these kind of videos, my mom is like, I could, like, not you, Gabby, but, like, she hears, like, me, like, sort of, like, laughing and acting weird.
I mean, it doesn't help that I'm also saying weird stuff on the camera too.
Uh-huh.
But I'm here just like, oh God, what was I thinking? I just completely like, oh yes, I'm just glad we don't have to like wonder about is it there or is it not, or the whole queer baiting thing about like with Amity and Lewis. And we got to keep in mind, like I keep going back to this, like
Mm-hmm.
this says a lot of what we're going to what the show's going to be capable of. Just because like this is a good measure of the creative liberties that these people are having. You
Mm-hmm.
know, this is something we have not seen yet, at least
Yeah.
through Disney. So I'm just so happy after having to wait so long for Marceline and Bubblegum. Like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll probably see that throughout the Owl House's like run, like how far they can go, because like they're not. I don't think they're gonna like have like Amity and Luce like get together in season 2 per se,
that
because
that's the
because
big
you know
question.
keep they have to like keep
Yeah,
building up that chemistry. So but
right.
we'll see like sort of how it all goes, and yeah.
Yeah, no, because like I obviously like the relationship still needs to be developed, but the fact is, look at how soon we know there's going to be a relationship. Like, oh my
Yeah.
God, like,
Mm-hmm.
ah! I'm just here freaking out because I'm just processing this. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
ah
Yeah.
now, and I just want to go watch season 1 again until season 2 comes out.
Yeah.
I just keep going back to the same thing, but there you
Hmm.
go.
Oh, I just had like another like question. Although I don't really
Okay.
think we're gonna get like answer. Like we can't get this from like what we've seen so far. How is like Luce going to get home to Earth? Because season finale, she set her one like way of getting home on fire as a way to like stop Bellows from getting back to Earth. So it's like
Oh
still a
my
big
God, that's
question.
right.
Yeah.
The door is. Oh my. I
Although
completely
I
forgot
guess,
that.
one thing that she can do is like, use, like Emperor Bells' portal, like, for like, her own means inevitably, you know what I'm saying? So I guess that's
Maybe.
one way it
Although
could go.
that's super risky though, especially if he's still there.
Yeah.
And it's right there in the throne room, isn't it?
Yeah. Which I'd still want an answer.
Ooh.
What the heck is that beating heart in the throne room? Is that the Titan or what is that?
I'm guessing that's the Titan heart,
Mm-hmm.
but we have nothing to base off of though.
Yeah, yeah, no, 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 no. Yeah, no, not yet.
I guess point made that we have very little basis for any of our, what's the word? Guesses on what's going on, but
Yeah, like it's like too soon to really get like answers for like any of these questions just from, what we've seen. It's basically like, have enough base to ask the questions, but not nearly enough to like, answers. I mean, that's what, the show's, gonna do with most of the questions, you know.
exactly.
I mean, well, I mean, I don't like, because I don't think it's gonna get to everything because it's just not possible. Because there's still big questions about, like Star and Infinity Train. Even though those two shows have ended, I still have big questions about those two shows.
Oh yeah.
But I guess that's part of the fun of like interpretation. I guess.
Right. Even with I imagine I can't think of any right off the bat, but even with shows that have gotten as long, like Adventure Time, like how
Yeah.
much they've even now been able to keep going. Although even technically the show is quote unquote finished, but
But yeah,
it's
they're still
finished,
turning
but
out
it's not
specials for
finished.
HBO Max. Yeah.
I'm glad. I was like, I remember crying so much when I was watching the finale. Like
Mm-hmm.
when the final song just started playing, I was like I just legit teared up, and now I'm like, yay! There's more to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Yeah, it takes me
but
back
even
to how
then,
I felt when Avatar and regular show ended.
aw,
Yeah.
yeah. Except we don't have much as far as regular show goes, huh? Because
Yeah, not really, except for like maybe some questions about relationships, but it's not like, at least, I mean, regular show fans, you could let me know in the comments, but as far as it's not like an Infinity Train situation where it's like, where'd this train come from? Who built it? That kind of stuff. What's
oh yeah,
Amelia's like, bigger story and that kind of like, I don't think, like, at least to my knowledge, not to that like sort of level of like big shoes to fill.
oh no, I meant more particularly like in the sense of like how they continued working off of it after the fact.
Yeah.
With Adventure Time.
Oh,
And,
oh, I
like,
see what you
and,
mean.
and,
Yeah.
and, and Avatar: The Last Airbender had like Legend of Korra too. But
Yeah,
then
and all those
for regular
comics.
show, I think did regular show have comics too? I think they did.
I'd have to look
Maybe.
into that, but
If there was going to be any, it'd probably be through Kaboom.
hmm
But then there's if you count Close Enough.
which close enough like is like its own like separate series. The only regular show connection I've seen in that show is like there's like somebody's lunchbox has all like the regular show characters on it,
Aw.
but at least to my knowledge, they're at least like in terms of like straight up story, the characters and like the stories are like pretty different. But
Oh yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. I feel
yeah,
like that kind of worked to their advantage because if they just kind of like kept it the same like with regular show and all that, it would just kind of been really weird in the sense of like the flow of how you would get through the shows.
hmm
Just because it's like, wait, so we jump from like a PG-13 long show airing on Cartoon Network that you could watch with your kids to holy moly, what's going on in this show?
Yeah, because like you can't like, cause it's like yeah, because it's like they're like close enough. Cause like I still remember one of like the things I just like had a big laugh at is there's one episode of Close Enough where the character Josh gets like super like buff and fit, and he gets so fit when he like takes like a picture of his like with like a Polaroid camera, he throws the camera back at his trainer and it goes for his chest, and it's like Jesus. Yeah, it's like can't do that on regular show. Well,
Oh heck no.
yeah. So, but it's like Close Enough. Easily, one of my favorite HBO Max shows to check out. Have you seen it, Gabby?
I think I tried watching it. I haven't been able to sit down to watch it. I finished what would be like my last semester of school taking classes, so I'm definitely going to take this summer to catch up on a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. I recommend it. I did review the second season, so for people watching, if you want to check out that review, I'll put a card up here, so people could check that out. So yeah. So, okay, so yeah, definitely got a lot of questions. Maybe even arguably for the rest of the Owl House's like entire like run, not even just the second season. So. But it's still like, good things to think about.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so once again, comes out on June 12th because I guess Dana Terrace is like, I've never met Dana Terrace, so, it's not like she's gonna know what my birthday is, but it's like, happy boom! Welcome to Owl House Season 2. It's gonna be great!
It's like the nightmare Miss Frizzle just pulling you out, and you're what was the one kid's name with the glasses?
Arnold.
Just pulling Arnold's like, oh, I'm not ready for this.
Not another field trip.
Not another field trip. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just like we're going on an adventure.
But hey, if things get too crazy, I'll just pull a Rodney Dangerfield and say, oh, Ida gets no respect, I tell you. Luce gets no respect, I tell you. It's much easier to like process things when you could sum it up as so and so gets no respect, other than
Oh my gosh! No, not to mention that it's probably going to be hard for you not to have me try to butt into watching those things because holy mac! I'm hooked. I'm just absolutely hooked. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, for me, I just hope, long term, I could, sort of get that enthusiasm back. When I was a little kid watching Avatar and thinking, when am I getting that next DVD? I need to know about, what's happening in Book 3.
Oh, dang. Now I'm just thinking.
Yeah, because, I remember, I spoiled myself. I mean, not to go off on a tangent of, the last episode of Season 2 and just thinking of, oh, no, Aang is shot down and I don't know if his relationship with Katara is intact because of that last chakra.
Aww.
I mean, I wasn't, legit depressed, but I had that sort of feeling of, gotta know, I have to find out, when is this third season coming out? And since I don't have cable at my house, I had to just wait for the next DVD.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's no cable life. PBS Kids and DVDs of cable shows.
Oh my gosh, yes. No, and it's even worse nowadays because cable is just so common, it seems like, or seems to be so taken for granted that a lot of these don't go on DVD, at least not completely.
Yeah, no, there isn't, you can't, as far as I know, you can't get, the Star episodes on DVD, for instance. Yeah, now it's just,
for sure.
Just go through Disney Plus, basically.
At least a couple that come to mind, Star vs. the Forces of Evil, Flapjack, if y'all know Flapjack. Flapjack only got, one DVD. It was a couple of episodes.
Oh.
OKKO got, one or two episode, I think it's just one DVD with just 5 episodes, and probably We Bare Bears as well.
I see.
Just oh no, we're not going to make DVDs on these. It's dang it. Ugh! Or Amphibia. I don't think they've done any for Amphibia either, have they?
No, I don't think so. It's basically just
There you
gotta
go.
watch them on Disney Plus.
The
Which,
only two, the only two that have gotten the full set treatment are Steven Universe and Gravity Falls.
I
from
see.
my-
Yeah, because I remember,
my
like,
knowledge.
those two shows getting, like, DVDs.
Yeah, just because so many people were asking for them, and I don't know. I guess Alex Hirsch and Rebecca Sugar kind of, talk to the right people to make it happen or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I imagine. I have no idea.
hmm So, but yeah, so lots of lots of big questions for potentially the rest of the Owl House's run. The second season comes out on June 12th. We're gonna talk about the episodes, and review them and discuss them. I'll just go back to sort of like hiding in my bunker, if you will.
Wait. Other question.
What's up?
How should we expect the episodes to come out? Is there any information on that?
One thing is that I wouldn't expect them on Disney Plus because what they usually do is they wait for the entire season to run before putting it on Disney Plus. So it took a while for the first season of Owl House to come to
right.
Disney
So
Plus.
it's going to be airing, like, the episodes are going to be, like, weekly then?
I'll
Probably.
actually let me check Twitter. Let me check Disney Channel.
Yes, reputable source.
But it's Disney Channel, so
No, I'm just
it's
being
as
silly.
reputable
Yeah.
as reputable can be.
Yeah, like going to the right page, obviously.
Let's see. I'm gonna go to Dana Terrace's Twitter.
Oh, there
actually.
you go. There you
Yeah.
go.
Dana. She just said Owl House returns Saturday, June 12th on Disney
Dang it.
Channel.
Okay.
So maybe
I'm
Disney
going to-
Channel will release, like, they release those calendars that say, give all the episodes names. Hey, that could be a future video if they do that.
Ooh,
Where we
cool.
can, like, try to
Yay.
guess.
Yay.
But
That
it's like,
sounds fun.
and I strictly say, like, sort of guess as far as, what's
What's
going to
happen in the episode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe we'll see something like that come out. Because, like, that's something I could see. Like, it's not going to be like a Netflix where they just, like, put all the episodes out at once, or like an HBO Max. Because, like, I think it's going to be the thing where it's like, you're either going to watch it through Disney Channel or video on demand like Google Play or iTunes and that sort of thing. It's like, you want to watch it for Disney Plus, you gotta wait for the entire season, and you have to avoid spoilers like you're walking through a minefield.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah, because spoilers are really fun. Like, I remember the big kiss from season 2 of Star. That was very fun to find out before I watched the episode.
That was me with the twin thing in Gravity Falls. I still remember that. I'm still salty.
You found out about Ford before, like, you watched the episode?
There you go. All the hair is Stanford.
Yeah.
Right?
Whereas Grunkle Stan, is Stan Lee, like, not
Okay,
Marvel
so
Comics, but his name is Stan Lee.
It's Stanford. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was right. Okay. I'm more confident in myself now. Yay.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
So got some big questions of Owl House Season 2. For all the Owl House fans watching, if you have any of your own fan theories, there's somebody in particular, I won't name in case of privacy, that that has come up with some really good questions in the past. So, if any of those questions, we'll save them for any future video. For anybody that's cool, with that sort of thing. So oh my god, it's gonna, I could just like feel it's already gonna be another crazy season of Owl House. But this time, instead of like, hiding under a desk, I'm just like sort of give it, like sort of like Cruella de Vil in the live action 101 Dalmatians. Like, give it to me!
And it's just be like, no, you know what you're gonna be like? Have you seen Gallivant?
The ABC show? I've seen commercials, but not the show itself.
Ah, dang it! There's a perfect reference where this guy, he was like, he got overthrown as the king of this one kingdom,
Yeah.
and so he joins the heroes,
Yeah.
and they're in this battle, and a bunch of flaming arrows are coming down, and he's ready. He's like, "I'm ready for it, take me!" And then they all miss him.
Well, that's miraculous.
But he's mad. He's like, "I was ready for it, dang it!"
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I just pictured you like that. Just be like, "I'm ready." It's like, bring it on.
Yeah, like
You're like, I don't find that funny, Gabby. Okay.
No, I was just trying to think of a good example, because like lately I've just like sort of been feeling of like, sort of like, you know what, just give it to
Yeah,
me.
just give it.
Yeah.
It's like the title for Doctor Strangelove. Doctor Strangelove, or How I Learned to Just Stop Worrying and Love the Bob.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So we'll discuss the episodes when they come out, and yeah, hopefully it is gonna be fun. It's probably gonna be like keep saying crazy, but yeah. So
Yay,
yeah, June 12th.
I'm
June
so
12th.
excited.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm so excited.
so for everybody watching, if you have your own Alhas fan theories, please leave them down below in the comments.
Put them in the comments. I want to read all the theories.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yes,
so
please.
once again, thank you, Gabby, for coming on. It's been good fun talking about this new intro with you, and look forward to talking about the Alhas episodes when they start coming out.
Woo! All right, thank you so much for having me. I enjoy this. This is so much fun.
All right.
I'm so excited.
Yes.
Ah,
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Energy.
So until next time, this has been Bloodman Bobby and Gabby, and we'll see you all later.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. Hi everyone, thanks for watching this Blood Moon Bobby video. Like and share the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel to see more of my videos, and ring the bell to be notified about my latest uploads. Don't forget to follow me on social media for my latest opinions and video updates. I hope to see you next time.